Hello, good afternoon. I'm Miss Carla. I am at my friend Miss Kelly's house right now, and behind me you can see her beautiful bookshelf. But you might notice that the top is books and the bottom is not books. But we're going to talk about some of the cool things that are on that shelf after we read our story. Miss Kelly is the same friend who loaned me her trumpet. If you watched the video of my story time of Luca's Bridge several weeks ago, Miss Kelly loaned me her trumpet so I could do a demonstration. And today she's loaning me some other things of hers to show you guys for this video. So thank you, Miss Kelly. All right, let's get to the story. Today we are reading Blackout by Rocco. It's a very dark cover, which is kind of the point of the story, right? Everything's dark in a blackout. And on the front, we can see some stars up in the sky, some people outside on a rooftop, and oh look, a cat. And thank you to, Disney Hyperion for permission to read this book aloud. Here's the title page, Blackout. This book is interesting because it doesn't have a lot of words in it. It's not exactly a wordless picture book, but it has very few words, and it's set up kind of like a comic or a graphic novel. So let's see what we have here. You have to pay close attention to the pictures to understand the story. Let's see, I see a truck coming along. Looks like maybe a garbage truck going roar. That's the sound it makes when it stops, I think. And then over here it says, it started out as a normal summer night. The city was loud and hot. Oh, there's the taxi saying beep, beep. And some music notes coming maybe from somebody's window. How can a city be loud? Is it the buildings being loud? The people in the buildings? The cars and the trucks? If you live in a city, you know you hear lots of sounds outside your window. There's more stuff happening. Oh, now we're looking through the windows, aren't we? Well, here we have a kid reaching up high to get something off a shelf. We have another kid saying, and then he said on the phone, gossiping, you might say, maybe to a friend while petting her cat. Here's someone else in the house, tap, tap, tapping. There we go, tap, tap, tapping on a keyboard on a computer. And someone else, it's like they're cooking. Oh, and the clock tells us it's 8 o'clock. And since they were already said it was a summer night, I guess we can assume it's 8 p.m. So maybe this person's making dinner. Here's this kid again, the one that was grabbing something from the top shelf. And now he has it in his hands and he's climbing down the stairs, down the chair. Oh, and it looks like it's a game of some kind. Sketch. We can't see the whole title. It may not be a real game name. It might be an invented one for the story. And it says 2 or more players. That means the kid can't play the game by himself, right? He needs someone to play with him. Inside, everyone was busy. Here's the girl on the phone, and he brings the book in, or the game in, and she says, get out! Maybe a sister. Sometimes that happens when siblings, one sibling maybe bugs the other one or interrupts what they're doing. Happens. So now the kid is going down the stairs. And look at how this is arranged. Look at how the kid's going down the stairs, and in the next picture, the whole square is below the stairs. So it really looks like he went down, 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 and now he's down in the kitchen. Uh-oh. Sorry. He can't play the game either. Much too busy. Everybody's busy. This person on the computer, too busy. Oh, now we're going back up the stairs. Down the hall. Into the bedroom. Oh, and look what he's doing now. He's playing a game, but it's a video game on the TV, one he can play by himself. It doesn't require two players like that board game. And then, what's going to happen? Everyone's busy. And then the lights went out. All of them. You can barely even read this because it's so dark. And look at this. The lights are bright. Then they get dimmer in the distance. And then closer up, these lights go out. And then these lights are the last to go out. And oh, his eyes are wide because it's suddenly dark. Oh, wow. Mom! He threw the controller or dropped it. What do you do when the lights go out? Ah, here comes Mom with a flashlight. It's important to have flashlights for emergencies like this. Uh-oh, he looks a little nervous, hiding behind the chair. Nothing worked at all. Oh, the sister's upset because now the phone doesn't work. They're all looking out the window with their flashlight. See, we're looking through the window at them on the inside, and they're looking out at us. The city was dark and quiet. Kind of hard to see because the colors are so dark. But look, it's the same building, but with no lights on except for this light here where the flashlight is, and the family is looking out the window. The city was dark and quiet and still. The noise went away. We huddled around flashlights and candles. Look, that's creative. They're making shadow puppets. He's making a bunny. Uh-oh, the sister looks kind of bored. It's like the dad's trying to entertain the kids. The cat got scared of the shadow puppet. Meow! Until it was too hot and sticky to sit inside. That's a good point. If you had air conditioning on or fans and the power went out, you wouldn't even be able to cool down inside. Can we go? What do you think? Where are they going to go? Oh, he's pointing up. Can we go up? So we went up and up and up to the rooftop and found, we're doing shadow puppets along the way. What did they find on the rooftop, do you think? The lights. Ah, when the electricity goes out, there's still stars in the sky, aren't there? So now the only light we have is from their flashlights, shining up here and across here and straight out at us, and the stars in the sky. We saw those on the cover of the book, didn't we? Look at the shadow of the cat on the water tower. Isn't that neat? Kind of spooky, but kind of pretty. And people. It was a block party in the sky. There's the shadow of the cat up there again. Oh, wow, look, everybody's on their rooftops and their balconies. I don't know if you can see this. They've got an old, it's called a gramophone. It's a record player from the real olden days where the sound comes out of this little horn thing. And they're dancing along to the music. Looks like people are eating outside. just watching, seeing what's going on. We waved to everyone, then heard other sounds below. So we went down and down and down to the street. Come on! Down, down, down with their flashlights. What do you think they find when they get out on the street? A party was going on there too. The firemen turned on the fire hydrant. This ice cream cart is saying free. Oh, that's so nice. They're giving out free ice cream. Let's see, they're playing on the lampposts. Yippee! Oh, and these people are playing guitar and singing la 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 on the porch. That looks like fun. And no one was busy at all. They all got ice cream and they're all just sitting together and talking with candles. When the lights came back on, everything went back to normal. Oh, the sister is back on the phone. The kid is planning on, looks like maybe going back to his video game. The mom is getting back to the computer. The dad's in the kitchen fixing the clock. What are we going to do here with this light switch, do you think? Click. But not everyone likes normal. I gotta go. Oh, here comes the game you wanted to play. Good idea, buddy. Now they're all sitting around with their candles again, playing their game as a family. The end. Can you see the cat here? He's batting at the words, the end. Isn't that cute? They're all inside by candlelight. That's the end. And there's the dark. We saw that picture on one of the pages, the flashlight coming out of the dark building. And that's the end of the story. What did you think of that story? I like that because it's about how even when something changes, we can find ways to still enjoy ourselves and be together and have fun. Kind of like now, right? So I was thinking about all the stuff that people were doing in that story to entertain themselves and how the family at the end sits around to play a board game. And they have a good time and they don't have to use technology. They don't have to use their computers or their game systems or even their phones. And they can have a good time together. So since I'm here at Miss Kelly's house, I can show you some really cool games that she has. She has them stacked up here, but that's not all of them because I've already pulled a few out that I wanted to show you in particular. These are really fun. I've played all of the ones I'm going to show you. I've played at least once. So the first one I'll show you, since I already started to get it out, is called Dragoon. It's about dragons, as you may have guessed. And everybody in this game plays a dragon. And one thing that's really cool about this game, which is not uncommon in a lot of games, board games, is that it's all made out of fabric instead of cardboard. So the board that you play on is this fabric map, almost like you find if you were a pirate hunting for treasure. Am I holding it upside down? So all the little squares on the grid are places in the board game. And you can see there's different caves and trees and stuff, and it's really, really cool artwork. A fun part of a lot of these games is the artwork that decorates them, because it's kind of like the person who makes the game has to build a whole world and design it and make it look how it is in their imagination, kind of like when you make a picture book and you want to tell a story, but you want everybody to be able to see how cool it is when you thought it up. This bag also says Dragoon. This is how you keep score. So you take everything out of the bag and then you lay it flat and you move your pieces along here to get your points. But inside are more little bags, little pouches, and your pieces are in here. So here is one of the dragon pieces. And the dragon also has a little cave that he sits in. He keeps his treasure in his cave, as I'm sure you know about dragons, and so he has to protect his treasure by sitting in his cave sometimes. And then there's also these little like towers, little castle pieces that you can place around. So that's one game called Dragoon. And you can, there are lots of stores that just sell so many games that you can buy these at. You can obviously order them online, as with most things. And you can also there are some board games that you can play online, and I'm going to put some links in the description to how you would actually find those games to play with other people online, but it's based off of these board games. Also, some libraries allow you to either borrow board games to take home or play them in the library, which is pretty cool. Okay. This one is also really fun. This one is called Origin. And it's about the beginning of civilization, about the beginning of mankind and how people migrated and evolved into different civilizations around the world. And so the goal of this game is to spread the people out all over the world. And one of my favorite things about this game is that the pieces are cute wooden, carved out of wood. And look how neatly they're organized. There's different sizes, different heights, and different thicknesses and different colors. And these represent how strong the people are or how fast they can run. And so the faster they can run and the stronger they are, the better they are at migrating and building up more communities. And so it's fun. It's kind of fun if you're into the historical stuff. It's obviously not completely realistic, but it's a really fun idea. A lot of games are about, earning money and becoming rich and conquering your enemies. But I like these ones where it's more about interesting kinds of things you're trying to accomplish. This one is called Dixit. And it's beautiful. And this one it's kind of, I'm not sure how to describe this game. The thing about it that stands out is it has all these cards with beautiful artwork on them. Some of it's really weird. I gotta admit. Like, see, an island in a raindrop. Person climbing stairs in the clouds. Oh, some people stuck in an hourglass. So everybody gets some of these cards, and each person takes a turn giving a clue that to them represents the picture on their card. And then everybody else has to match a card that they have to what that they think matches the clue that was given. And then you basically try and trick each other into believing that your card was the one that inspired the clue. So that's kind of hard to describe. But it's fun, and it's a really good game to play with people you know really well, because you can use inside jokes and family memories and friends, memories from a long time ago. And the people that know you really well will get it right. And the people that don't know you as well or don't know that thing about you won't know what you're referring to. This one is one of the simpler games. It's still really fun, and it takes a lot of strategy. But the rules are not too complicated to learn. This is called Carcassonne. And this is, the goal of this one is to, in this one, I guess you are kind of trying to earn money because you want to have control of the roads and the cities and the fields. But the way that you do it is there are all these little tiles, right? And each tile has cute little pictures on it. This one that's a city. See, there's all those buildings inside the city. This is a monastery with a road coming out of it. And there's just the road. And so you lay these on the table and connect them, road to road, for instance, or grass to grass, and match them up. And then when you lay them down and match them up, then you can put your little wooden person on there and claim it and say, this is my road, this is my monastery, this is my city. And the more of those that you have at the end of the game, the more points you get for having controlled that part of the little world. So it's fairly straightforward. It's a good game for slightly younger people. This says 7 and up. And of course you can make things a little bit easier, a little bit more difficult, as with a lot of games. So those are some of my favorite games that Miss Kelly has, but she has so many more, as you can see. She also plays a game that you might have heard of, at least on TV, called Dungeons and Dragons. I've never played this myself, but it's a kind of role-playing game, and there's lots of different ones. And you roll the dice, and you try to accomplish some kind of goal, usually with a group of people that you're all working together to try to do something in this world. But it's basically like an elaborate storytelling game. And I wanted to show you this because I thought this is really cool. This is a character sheet. And you write in information about the character that you make up. You have to give them character traits, a name. In this case, her name is Gracia von Epps. And you have to, she eats knowledge. That's the power that she has, is to eat knowledge. I don't know where that came from. And then each of these circles is a different kind of aspect of the character. Appearance, she's got silver hair. She's got different skills and relationships with other people. It just goes on and on. It can be very complicated, but there are simpler versions for younger folks and more complicated versions for older folks. And then this is information about the character and about her, the kind of species she is. In this case, it's Goetic, and the kind of magic she can do and the powers that she has. And so it's very interesting. And also a fun thing about these kind of games is it has dice, just like, Monopoly, for instance. But a lot of people, it has more complicated dice. This is Miss Kelly's dice bag. And it has, look at this dice. It has die, sorry. The singular of dice is die, technically. This one, it looks like it goes up to 21. So it's got all these sides. And there's littler ones. This one only has 9, I think. That can't be right. Yeah, no, I think it's 9. Oh, but there's a 0, so probably 10 altogether. And you can see that they're pretty. You can get them in different colors. This one is a beautiful kind of a jade green color. This one is a beautiful blue swirly one. She's got this purple one. So you can get all kinds of cool dice to support your game and bring them and share them with your friends. Because we are all social distancing and some of us are quarantining, Miss Kelly has been playing this game online via video chat. So everybody has their own dice and their own sheets, and they all talk to each other and tell the story together with one person, the DM, leading the story and moving them through the world. But they can do it all together, but they can do it from their own homes and stay safe. I am going to, after I close out this video, I am going to put some links to some of these websites where you can play games like these online. I'm going to give you a website where you can play role-playing games like that with the dice together. And I'm going to give you a couple links for games more like the board games like Carcassonne and so forth that you can play online if you don't have the actual board game or you want to hook up with people that don't live in your house or that you can't see in person. So I think that's a really good option. I tell you, Miss Kelly and I have been playing a lot of games since we haven't been able to go anywhere or do very much out in public. So it's a good way to entertain ourselves and to be together, spend time together, and not just each sit on our own screens or phones or, game consoles, and actually interact with each other. So it's fun, and I thought it went well with this story. And I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you found some of these games inspiring. And also, you can invent your own game. You may have done it already, because I know a lot of people are super creative and they just come up with these ideas. You can come up with your own game. You can make cards or tiles just on paper. You can do, you can create your own board on a piece of old cardboard. You can make them up yourself. You can make up your own rules. It's the beauty of these kinds of things. You can do it however you want. You don't have to have any kind of technological skills. You just have to use your imagination. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you had a nice time. I hope you liked the story, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.